Right, well, so tonight's yin and tonic practice is a lovely cleansing liver practice, and we're going to start with just going through a few props that you might need, a couple of blocks, some pillows or a bolster, and a few blankets. Really handy to always have those anyway whenever you're doing a practice. Just to support yourself. And I encourage you to come and pull back from your absolute max range of motion so that you can really start to really support yourself a little bit more, just coming into perhaps a sweeter spot than working at your edge in yin practice. So just working to support yourself around the joints a little bit is really good. It's a really good way of just minding yourself and starting to go down the road of self-care a little bit more. And at the end of the day, you're still working the body, you're just working it on a more sustainable level. And in addition to that, when you come away from your edge, the parasympathetic system is encouraged to turn on, and you just start to go into that rest and recovery mode a little bit more easily, and the body starts to repair itself a little bit more readily when it's in a vagal sympathetic mode. So we are going to get started on a seat. Pop yourself up on a couple of folded blankets or a pillow or a cushion, and you can take an easy cross-legged position, or my favorite is Siddhasana, one shin in front of the other, and then sit yourself up nice and tall. You might want to scoop your buttock flesh out behind you there so that you feel quite grounded into the earth. So this evening's practice is liver, so we're working on this area around the solar plexus, the dantian, which is like the elixir field, where the root of all our energy comes from in the body, and our seat of creativity. And we're going to be working on trying to get the energy moving down and stimulating the energy of digestion and all the digestive organs as well. So you're going to be hitting off several organs as we work through. So let's just start by using a heart-holding breath coming above the solar plexus, but I think it's a perfect place to start. Taking your right hand onto your heart center there, the energetic heart center in the middle of the chest. And with the left hand, you can take what we call Apana mudra, where you take the tip of the thumb to the middle finger and the ring finger on the left hand there. And you can take Apana mudra on either hand, just so that you're aware of that. And this mudra helps stimulate the energy of elimination in the body and cleansing and detoxification. So it's a good place to start for a practice like this. So just resting the back of the hand on your thigh, let your shoulders roll back so that your heart can be lifted, and you can either choose to close the eyes or just soften the gaze into the middle distance. And just start by tuning into the breath. So inhaling through the nose and just following the breath into the body. Feel the breastbone lift as you fill the chest cavity with your breath. And then exhaling fully and lengthen the exhale. And another breath in here. Feel the breastbone lift. Bring the breath all the way down into the bottom of the lungs, so feel the belly rise too. Exhaling fully, belly drops in, breastbone drops inwards. And just focus on lengthening the breath, smoothing it out. And just adding in a little pause at the top of the breath and at the bottom. And just feeling the gentle pressure of your hand there, a comforting hand on your heart center helps the release of oxytocin. Bringing your awareness around into your upper back, and as you inhale, feel the shoulder blades lift up and away from each other gently also. Feel that expansiveness in the inner body. Allowing each inhale support you from the inside out. And each exhale, allowing yourself to soften, allowing yourself to release. So important, the exhale, full and smooth and long, enabling you to release what no longer serves. Letting go. And just encouraging this energy of elimination in the body, using your mudra. And also with the liver, the element that's associated with the liver is the element of wood. So what's the properties of wood? Strong. Wood is strong and flexible at the same time. So when your liver energy is well regulated, you have that sense of flexibility. You can bend and roll with the punches as they come in. And you have an inner resilience. So just greeting yourself now, welcoming yourself onto the mat. Simple as hello and your name. Just seeing yourself fully and acknowledging your presence. And then you can exhale and release that hand, opening your eyes if they were closed. We're simply going to move into a deeper seated position here. So you may choose to use a couple of blankets coming into firelock pose. So I'm going to just take my right shin and stack it on top of my left shin. I'm going to give you some modifications now. This isn't going to look quite like this for everybody. Some of you will have one knee up here, which you can support, okay, with a block or a blanket underneath. If this position doesn't roll with your body, that's absolutely fine. Can you make cross-legged position and support it? And perhaps just change over to the other leg to start, okay? So whatever position you come into, support yourself, okay? Have a quick look at your feet and see that you're pushing out through your heels, so there's no sickling in your ankles. Your knees feel good, all right? So whatever you need. I'm going to suggest more proppage there under the opposite knee too. Good. And then just continuing with your breath. Perhaps bringing your hands onto your belly here, to the dantian area, the elixir field, and just feel the heat from your hands spreading in through the skin and into the belly. And as you breathe in, pushing those hands gently away. And as you exhale, just allow the hands draw inwards a little bit more. Again, inhaling, pushing the hands away. Feel your belly expand. Feel the sides of the body and the back of the body expand on the inhale. And exhaling, contracting in. Inhaling, inner body brightens. Exhale, drawing inwards. Notice any tension in the belly. See if you can give it permission to soften, even if that's just 5%. Inhale. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhale, nice and slow. You can imagine a sphere of orange light in your belly there. It's really useful visualization. And as you breathe in, just imagine that light in the sphere becoming brighter as if you're igniting a fire in your belly. And as you exhale, just let that beautiful orange glow from the orb in your belly just disseminate downwards into the earth. Down into your legs. Inhaling, allowing it to grow and burn bright. Exhaling, allowing that energy to travel to wherever it's needed in the body, that energy of creativity and doing. And again. And then exhaling. You can release your hands and we'll change the crossing of the legs here, okay? So whatever you need to support yourself, just taking the opposite leg on top, fire log pose. Okay. And you know, one side can feel quite differently to the other, so just work with where you're at. Remember to support yourself as a means of self-care. So come back from your edge. Okay, so this time we're going to take a breath. It's a breath which helps stimulate the energy of the liver, and you'll actually notice as you do it, there's that pushing down effect. So it's basically like this. Shh, shh, shh. Okay. So as you breathe out, you're going to feel that energy pushing down. That's stimulating the livers here on the right side of the body, okay? So when you're ready, just take a breath in here. Shh, shh, shh. Okay, let the shoulders soften. Shh, shh, shh. Let the belly push out. Shh, shh, shh. That's it. Take another 4 rounds. Last one. You really feel that energy is quite strong as it's pushing down. It's just stimulating that just gentle release of energy downwards. Okay, so then just coming back to the breath. Can you imagine the breath flowing into the body through the base of the spine, through the perineum area there, and feel that energy drawing right up to the navel and then stopping there. And as you exhale, exhale from the navel and back out and down towards the perineum, into the earth. And again, inhaling, drawing up and inwards, up to the belly, through the navel. Exhaling, pressing down. That's the energy of Apana, release, elimination, cleansing. digestion. Exhale. See if you can draw the belly inwards a little bit more closely as you exhale again. Inhale, let the belly expand. Exhale, draw the belly in. Inhale, see the energy rising. Hold at the navel. Exhale, see the energy dropping back from the navel to the earth. Take 3 more of those. Last one. And exhale. Let's release the legs. Okay, we're going to come onto our back now. And we're going to come into happy baby pose. So, just get everything out of the way here. Lie back on your back with your knees bent. And just lift your feet up towards the sky. Now, if you can't reach your feet, go ahead and throw a belt or a sweater, long sleeve sweater around the soles of your feet so you can reach them. Otherwise, bend the knees, take the legs wide and get a grip of the outer edge of the feet there. Happy babies. Your arms are on the insides of your legs. And we're just going to gently rock from side to side. And you can feel that lovely release around the edges of your sacrum in the low back area. Keeping your head on the floor. Now if your head is kind of wanting to come off the floor and you're feeling quite strained, pop a blanket under your head or a small pillow and just rocking from side to side. You can just feel that lovely release around the low back. And this is working the meridians up the insides of the legs. Good. Just gentle, rhythmic rocking. Good, and then release your left foot to the floor and you can cross your right ankle above the left knee and we're taking thread the needle leg. So lift the left foot off the floor and you can extend it up towards the sky all the way if that feels good for you. And then you take the right thigh away from you. Okay, nice and easy. And just hold it there. And just staying with the breath, using Ujjayi breath if that feels good, otherwise just a natural breath. No forcing, just easeful. Okay, one more here. Exhale, bend the top leg. And you're simply going to take a twist over to the left. So set the left foot on the floor and walk it over to the right a little so your hips can come over to the right. Then let the 2 legs drop over towards the left. Okay? Now you can just take it all the way across, or you can stand your right foot on the floor, whatever feels good for you. And if you want a deeper twist, you can cross the legs even tighter. Just simply letting the bones be heavy as they fall over to the left. That right arm can come up and overhead, or slide it into a cactus, or just take it out to the side. So many modifications. Do what feels most appropriate to your body. Good, and the more you squeeze the legs together, the more you begin to stimulate that meridian. Okay, now I mean squeeze, but then let the legs get heavy, so find the softness. Encourage that right shoulder blade down onto the floor. See if you can take a breath into the low back on the right side. Notice how tight that area is. So as you exhale, see if you can release some of that tension. Inhaling again, see if you can make a little bit more space into this area here. That's it, and then exhale and soften. And again. Exhaling to soften. Last one. Exhale. Good. Then lift those two knees up towards the center. Just take your backside into the center of your mat. Uncross the legs, and we'll thread the needle on the second side. So cross the left ankle above the right knee. Take the right leg high. Take your hands through and around the back of the right leg. Good. Then draw the right thigh in and the left thigh away from you. This is a wonderful way of releasing the low back and the buttocks, particularly the piriformis muscle, which can get really, really wound up and tight, particularly from stress. And that holding can create tension in the low back, and a general holding from the navel downwards energetically, so that inability to let go. And so we're just releasing down into this area, just to give it a little bit of release, of softness. Two more. And then exhaling, release that right leg. Take your right foot in and across, and then you can just bring yourself into that twist as your hips go to the left, your knees go to the right. So work it into whatever level of twist feels good for you right now. Encourage the left shoulder blade down onto the floor, and the left arm can go up and overhead, into a goal pose position or down by your side, whatever feels good in your shoulder girdle. Now let the bones get heavy. And if it feels uncomfortable for you to have your legs so tightly together, just shove a blanket in between your thighs. That can give a lot of ease there around the pubic area if that gets quite sore. Now bring your breath into low back body, left side obviously, and just inhale. Notice if there's any tightness or holding there. It may not feel as tight as the other side. Exhaling, just allow it to soften, give it permission. Inhale again, find some more space. Exhale. And again, inhaling a little bit more space, encouraging left shoulder blade down. Exhale. Good, let everything just soften down into the earth. Feel the ground beneath you supporting you. Not being afraid to connect into the earth. Just like roots from a tree, growing down, settling down, and not being afraid of the stillness that comes when you're really anchored, strongly rooted. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then exhale. Can you roll towards your right and come onto your belly, please? All the way over. There we go. Now, come onto your belly. And you can prop yourself up on your elbows. Take your forearms shoulder distance apart into Sphinx pose. Okay. Now, I'm going to suggest we do some Kapalabhati breath here, breath of fire. If that feels like it's too heating for you, or you don't feel like doing it, please just go ahead and breathe normally, or use your Ujjayi breath if you're comfortable to do that one. We're going to take 3 rounds of 30. So Kapalabhati breath before we embark on it is a passive inhale and a forced exhale. It's going to feel a little bit restricted in this position, but just go with it. All right. So press the toenails into the floor. Get yourself comfortable. Let your leg bones get heavy, but bring your inner thighs in toward each other. Drop your tailbone down towards your heels and lift the belly. That's it. Make some room for the breath. So here we go. Take a breath in and a breath out. 3 rounds of 30. We'll take a breath to rest in between each. So when you're ready. Big breath in, big breath out. Second round. Big breath in, lift the heart, big breath out. Last round. Big breath in, big breath out. Good. I hope that felt good. It's a lovely way of stimulating digestion because you're kind of forcefully, just gently forcing the breath out so that you're stimulating the belly. Everything beneath the navel there gets a nice little bit of stimulation. So just take your forearms wide. We're heading into seal pose. And press the heels of the hands into the floor, lifting up. If that doesn't feel good, come straight back into Sphinx. Press your toenails into the floor there to keep your low back happy. Keep the tailbone moving down towards your heels so you don't feel that pinching in your low back. Find a slight tone in the belly. Lift the heart. Take the shoulders down from around the ears. Soft gaze. Last 5 breaths. If you need to come on down out of it. Last one. Exhale. Bring those elbows down. Okay, we're going to come into child's pose here, which will feel quite nice after that one. Hands underneath the shoulders, roll the toes and come onto your knees. So let's support ourselves here. Pop something underneath your knees. Some softness for your lovely knees. Okay. So think of yourself as you would a very dear friend and how you would support a very dear friend going through a supported yoga practice, okay? Sometimes it's easier to do that than do it for yourself. Okay, so what we're going to do is take another blanket and put it behind our knees. That's not, you don't have to do it, so it's just an option, okay? It can feel quite nice. So take the knees wide and take the heels closer in together there, okay? And then you're simply going to fall forward. And if you have any low back issues, you may not feel great to come all the way down to the floor, so go ahead and put your eyebrow center on a block or a pillow out in front of you there, particularly after doing a few back bends. So arms out and extended. In fact, why don't you just take the arms in, fold, and just hold on to alternate elbows. Just coming back to Ujjayi breath. So while we're here, we might as well have a little nod to the gallbladder meridian, seeing as it's a partner, a meridian with the liver. So let's just take it into the side body a little bit. Just walk your hands over to the right. You can take your block or your pillow with you and just side stretch it there. So you feel lengthening down the left side of the body from the armpit in towards the outer left hip. And you can fold your arms, or if it feels better in your body to stretch your arms out, go ahead and do that too. You're just getting into the lateral side body. Let your sit bones be heavy, particularly the left one. This is such a grounding pose, bringing you right down into the earth. Pelvic floor is soft, and you just feel quite rooted and safe. Exhaling, just walk it over to the opposite side there, stretching down the right side of the body this time. So whatever arms feel good, maybe outstretched, maybe just relaxed, folded, and encourage the right sit bone down towards the floor. And then inhaling, just gently pop yourself back up. So what we're going to do here is come into sleeping swan. And there's a couple of options for those of you who have knee issues. If you hold on, I will give you an alternative. For those of you coming into sleeping swan, let's take a little bit of support into it. And take a block and a bolster there, okay. So what you're going to do is come onto all fours and then slide your right knee behind the heel of the right hand, and then take the right foot behind the heel of the left hand and just toe heel the left foot out behind you, okay. And just have a quick look to make sure that the back leg isn't splaying out to the side. And then take your block and bring it in nice and close. okay? Right into your belly, in fact. And if you'd like support under the bent leg, go ahead and put it there. If you're coming into this position and you can't come down terribly low, like you need a lot of support under the bent leg, then you're going to obviously have to bring the support under your head up higher as well, so that you're comfortable. So don't rest until it feels like you can sustain it for several minutes. And then when you're ready, you can just fold, bring your head to one side, sleeping swan. Now the alternative for this is a prostrate tree pose. So this is what I'm offering you this evening. Simply take the right foot out. I'll show you on this side so you can see. Simply from all fours, take the right knee out to the side here and walk the opposite leg out behind you, okay? So you're in kind of like a tree pose, but yeah, don't worry about alignment so much. And then you grab a hold of your bolster and lie facing one side, okay? And you can take support underneath your bent leg in the form of a folded blanket, might be nice there. Good, so that's something for everybody. Hopefully. Let me know if I can offer you something else. I have a few more up my sleeve. So when you're ready, get comfortable. And then just to make sure that you don't have too much sensation there in the right knee. So go ahead and support underneath the bent leg if you need to. Another way you can support the right knee is by pressing the toes of the right foot into the floor and pushing the right heel in towards you a little bit more, so that the foot is active as if it's standing. And then come back to your ujjayi breath, or indeed a natural rhythm if that feels better. Let the thighs be heavy. Three more breaths here. Exhale. Just walk your hands back underneath your shoulders to press up. And you're going to set up straight away for the second side. So roll the toes of the back foot under. Lift up, all fours or downward facing dog, whatever suits you best. Then you either got the option of sliding front knee, left knee behind the left hand, and then slide the right leg out behind you. Bring your bolster in nice and close, or your pillows, stack of pillows, and lie on your side. Or this prostrate tree pose, it's just taking the left knee out to the side, walking the right leg out back, and then coming in to lie down here. So you have the support there of the pillow, and it's pressing in to your belly also here, okay? Remember, if you're getting sensation in that left knee, go ahead and either prop it up underneath, or as we did before, you can always have a little pin blanket behind the back of that left knee to take pressure off if compression is an issue. We'll just go with 3 more rounds of breath here, please. Exhale. Just take those hands underneath the shoulders, bring yourself on up to all fours. Okay, so hope you're feeling okay. What we're going to take now is dragonfly. So this is a nice seated pose, gets right into the legs. So get yourself seated onto a folded blanket or cushion of some description, and have your bolster handy, or a firm pillow. And then extend the 2 legs out wide into a wide-legged straddle. And get your seat, so pull the flesh behind you. Feel the thighs rotating down and inwards there so that you've got a comfortable seat. And you can just roll off the edge of your support underneath you there. And you feel really well rooted into the earth as you do that. And so the options here, I'm aware that a lot of people, this is quite enough. And you may want to have something underneath your knees if you are tight in the backs of the legs, but equally if you are a little bit of a hyperextender and you have too much, I don't want to say too much, you have a lot of play in your joints. So support yourself, okay? As you would a dear friend again, remember? And then when you have that, you can come into the fold, and your fold may just look like this, quite upright, and that's absolutely fine. Or you may choose to come a little bit more deeply into the pose by folding a little bit more deeply. And you could also prop your bolster there. So keep the knees soft. And then you can fold. Resting the eyebrow center onto stacked hand is also nice. And by the way, if you do happen to have a bolster and you have it, you can just bring it right into your belly there, and fold forward over it. So that's again pressing into that belly area. Find your breath again, and just encourage the legs to relax downwards. The bones become heavy, and they won't do that unless they're supported. So find that. Let's take 3 more rounds of breath here. Exhale. And then inhale, just gently bringing yourself back up to a seat, knees bending, and just bring them in and pop your bolster over to the side. Okay, come into a cross-legged position once more and pop your hands onto your lovely belly. Give it a squeeze. I hope it's feeling good after that practice, but I just want you to come back into the movement of energy using the breath again, so getting your focus in there. So just dropping your gaze into the middle distance or closing your eyes. And then seeing that sphere of orange light is the easiest way to visualize it in the belly. And as you breathe in, feel that, or see or sense that sphere beginning to really ignite strongly. And as you exhale, just feel the energy from that place extending out to all places, wherever needs a little bit of extra TLC. Feel the heat in that place. And just allow the heat from your belly extend into all parts of the body, igniting your senses, opening the heart. And just rooting down into that strength in your belly from that rooted energy. And wrapping your hands around that belly like a giant hug. So let's come into Shavasana for the last few minutes of practice. You can go ahead and take your bolster or pillows and pop them underneath your knees and lie yourself down onto your mat, perhaps with something underneath your head. Make sure your feet are on the floor, your heels are on the floor at least. And if you want, you continue to tune into that connection with your belly and just feeding it with lots of love. Get comfortable. And just notice that gentle humming in your body. As you allow yourself drop down a little bit more into relaxation. Try dropping down another 5%. What would that feel like? Just let your breath be natural and take rest. So feel free to stay a little longer in Shavasana if that feels really good for your body right now. Otherwise, let's move the fingers and toes. Bend the knees and roll to your right side, please, taking a few rounds of breath on your right side. And then when you're ready, bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. Just bringing the hands together at the heart space. Bowing the head down towards the heart and take a nice breath in through the nose. And release the practice with an exhale through an open mouth. Namaste. Thanks for practicing, everybody. See you next time.